Hi guys, welcome to this video about what happens when your GoPro camera runs out of charge while you're recording something. This is especially for the GoPro Hero 7 Black, but I think it's pretty much the same for every GoPro, at least after 4 or so. Definitely for all the new GoPros. That happens often, especially when you make time-lapse videos, but of course you can also do normal recording. You put your camera on a tripod, start recording, then go away and just wait. What happens? After some time, when you do normal video recording, it will stop after about 1 hour. If you do time-lapse, maybe 3, 4, 5 hours, something like that. What could happen? With me, for the first time today, when I restart or rebooted the camera after it shut off, it came up with this message. I have my GoPro camera since more than half a year. I'm using it very often, and I've never seen this message: repairing your file. And it took quite some time, and I was a little bit worried. And what's going on? How can it be prevented? What's behind this? And I've been digging into that for a little bit, and so I hope I can help you a little bit with that. So here we have the manual, the instructions. They say something about that, of course. That's good. So the manual of the GoPro is really good, and they say a low battery message will appear on the touchscreen when the battery charge drops below 10%. If the charge runs out while recording video, your camera will stop recording, save the video, and turn itself off. So that obviously didn't happen. So why did it happen? I was using like a rechargeable battery. Normal, there are these are rechargeable batteries for the GoPro, but I was not using the original battery like this one because they are pretty expensive. I was using a third-party battery and charger, and they are doing pretty well. Not exactly the same as a GoPro battery. They are quite okay, much cheaper, but they have their disadvantages, and this seemed to be one of the advantages. I've seen that many times. It takes quite a while till the charge drops from 100% to 50%, but from 50% sometimes it drops pretty fast, and it looks like it dropped so fast that there was no time for the GoPro camera to finish recording, save the video file, and then turn the camera properly off. So that's a problem. So, and now that's not the end of the story. There's much more to come. I was really lucky. I went to the file. I connected the camera after that to the PC and checked the files. And here we can see the file which it has been recording. So, oops, now they moved away. Yeah, okay. But of course there's a reason why they went away, because I moved them here. So on this folder, so you can see it has made 4 video files, and the length of each video is about 17 minutes. So it is a little bit more than 1 hour, maybe 1 hour 10, something like that. Not too much, could be longer. So it looks like the third-party battery is not really doing well, but it usually it lasts for a bike ride, for 1 hour bike ride, which I use. So I'm perfectly fine with that, no problem with that. But when it runs out of battery, it seems it runs out pretty fast, which is definitely not a good thing. So when this happens, you have two options. Either you have a good micro SD card or you have a bad micro SD card. If you save on the battery, maybe you save also on the micro SD card, and then you are in trouble. I can tell you, because there is, even when some people believe there is no controller built in micro SD cards, I can guarantee there is a controller built in, and now this is really the point where the story goes into two different directions. If you have a cheap micro SD card and the battery drained too fast, GoPro wasn't able to save the file correctly, there's a good chance with a cheap micro SD card that the GoPro won't be able to recover the file after you reinstall a good battery. If you're using a good micro SD card, then there's a good chance the GoPro will be able to recover, like in my case. And yeah, so it looks like even when you want to save money on GoPro battery, at least you shouldn't save additional money on the micro SD card. It's really important that at least you are going for a good micro SD card, and there's even not much money which you can save on micro SD cards, except you are buying super cheap like scam cards which are sold directly, usually from China, but I have seen them also on Amazon as well. You have to be really careful, so I highly recommend only to buy these things. I mean, this is the list for the GoPro 7. There's another list for all the other GoPros. I will put down the link into the description. So this is an official GoPro site, so I'll put down the link for that into the description, so you can check which cards, micro SD cards, are fully compatible and also recommended from GoPro themselves. So I guess these are really good recommendations from GoPro. What I can tell you, I have when this happened, I was using the Samsung 64GB Evo Select class 3, U3 class 10, and yeah, it did a really good job on recovering and saving the files, and the files were really saved. I mean, I've checked them, the videos were perfectly restored, so I can highly recommend to use that. In the last time I have only bought Samsung storage because I'm so happy with that. I'll put down the link into the description to this micro SD card, so you can buy it right from there if you like. So this is my personal experience and it worked pretty well, so you can be sure that it's really working. But you can of course go with any other recommendation from GoPro. I think it will work. It's not only business recommendation, but you are never sure. I can just say that this really worked for me. So again, to recap, if you maybe fast forwarded within this video, it is a problem if you have if you buy cheap battery for the GoPro, because the battery drains too fast for the GoPro to stop recording, save the file, and shut the camera properly off. And then it is depending on the micro SD card. If you have a good card like the Samsung here will be able to recover the file. A cheap card probably won't be able to recover your files. So maybe you can save on batteries for your GoPro, but you definitely shouldn't save on the micro SD cards. I mean, it's not a lot of money anyway. You can see the 64GB card is only $12, so there's not much money to save. There's much more money to save on batteries, and when you can see, there's even more advantage they say this micro SD card is protected against a lot of things, like X-ray. It can survive 72 hours in seawater, extreme temperatures. Yeah, here we have the X-ray, MRI scanner, something like that, extreme temperatures, and so on and so on. So yeah, the most important thing always is to be safe regarding footage, not to lose anything. I mean, some recordings can't be repeated, so make sure that you don't lose that. And yeah, with a good micro SD card you can make sure that it doesn't happen, so I can highly recommend that. So that's it for now. I hope I was able to help you a little bit with that. If you have any questions or comments or better solutions or whatever, just leave anything in the feedback area. I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.